Hey guys, this is Nate. I'm going to tell you my version of the flashback pheasant tail nymph. I'm going to weight this fly with the bead head and .015 lead wire. A lot of people like to count their wraps or whatever. Just eyeball it. You don't want too much, but you'll become accustomed to the way you tie your own flies. Like pushing it up in behind the bead head, snugs it in there nice and tight. Some people like putting glue at this point. I don't. I just kind of leave a little bit of a tag. Oops. And I do a dam. Wrap it up, and then I slowly bring it back. And then go up a bit, come back, finish the dam, come up, break off your wire or thread, take some pheasant tail. I don't like doing too long of a tail, but there's good. I like leaving a lot of hook to get the fish hooked. The further down you go, the more you'll flip out the fish. And that sucks. Couple of wraps, pull it up, finish it. A lot of people like using the pheasant tail for the body, but I like to use dark olive antron dubbing. Kind of makes it my own. Okay, for the rib, rusty orange small wire. Any color will work. So I can tie it in there. I'm not doing a good job here. Doesn't matter. Fish don't care. Okay, tie it in. Back to the tail. Take some tinsel. Again, color doesn't matter. Blue actually works really well. But today I'm going to use, I don't know what this, kind of a multicolored tinsel. Whatever you got, gold, silver. Okay, tie it back to the tail. Couple of wraps. It's a very durable fly. I like doing my flies fairly durable. Okay, a little bit of wax on my finger. People like to put it on the thread too. It's all up to you. Bit of dubbing. You want to do this really tight. Very tight actually. Okay, wrapping. If it's not to your liking and it's not very tight or it didn't go on tight, just go over it a couple more times and that'll snug it down. And you just go over it, snugs it a little more. When I usually measure my lead, that'll be the thorax, so I'll go just in behind. That's good enough for me. Okay, bring up your tinsel. Get it as straight as you can on the back. Couple wraps, pull up and back. Loop over. Snugs it in nice. Now when doing your wire, I like to go pulled down fairly tight and do these fairly close together. Just when you get a fish, their teeth tend to break the tinsel and your fly kind of just goes downhill from there. So I do them fairly tight. Pull down real hard. Come up. Get my tinsel out of the way. Now, give it a cut. Save that. It's a good piece still. Tie that in. Okay, take a little bit more pheasant tail off the top. Measure it. You don't want it too long for the legs. You don't even really have to put legs. I like it. Okay. And holding it tight. 2 wraps. Usually pulls it back. Come back a bit. Now you could use this and do the thorax, but I get rid of it. Get my dark olive thin skin. Nice little piece. Trim the point, makes it easy to tie in. Holding it straight as I can. Tying it in. If you get the odd leg in your way, just pull it out of the way. Okay. And for the thorax, I'm going to use rabbit dark olive. A little bit of wax on the fingers. Dub this in. You can do this fairly loose. I like to do my first couple wraps as tight as I can. Fairly thick, tight wraps just to get it built up. And then I'll come back with a loose wrap. That gives it a nice buggy profile, and then coming over and in front of your legs, separating them. This can be pretty tricky sometimes. Did them a bit short, made it hard on myself. You can always do it and trim them. Pull them down very gently so they're down, and then kind of hold them down. Couple wraps, hold them in place. Thin skin finishes the rest of the work for you. Okay, once over, pulling up and back, wiggling the thread. Just make it nice and tight. Don't pull too hard on the thread because you'll break it, and that wrecks your day. Especially at the end of the fly, you don't want to mess up now. Take whatever's left of your tinsel, pull it over, give it a couple nice good wraps, pull it back, a couple good wraps, cut it. I like to change up the body and the thorax. You know, I'll make the thorax bigger, one fly, body bigger, one fly. I'll just change it up. Some people like to hide that with some more dubbing. I don't. 3 times, good enough for me. Wiggle it tight. Some people like to break it, but I like to give a little bit of a tag end. Some head cement on the thread, on the thin skin, and then a little bit on the tinsel on the back. Just helps it stay in there, especially with the Antron dubbing. It hardens up nice. There it is, ugly pheasant tail. Flashback works really well. Again, change it up. You can make thorax bigger, body smaller, whatever. This works really well in cutthroat and all species, but I like the smaller thorax for the cutties for some reason. Works better for me. There you have it. Very effective pattern. Good luck fishing.